The drama surrounding Naoya Inoue's fight against Paul Butler on December 13, 2022, was a masterclass in controlled brutality, patience, and the terrifying efficiency of one of modern boxing's most feared punchers. From the moment the bell rang, Inoue, known worldwide as the Monster, walked to the center of the ring with the calm confidence of a seasoned champion. His movements precise, measured, and intimidating in their quiet assurance. Across from him stood Paul Butler, a formidable competitor, but one whose strategy was immediately dictated by the awareness that he faced a fighter capable of sudden, catastrophic power. The opening exchanges were a study in tactical patience. Inoue probed with sharp jabs, testing distances, studying Butler's rhythm, and carefully plotting the breakdown of his opponent. Butler, recognizing the danger, adopted a defensive posture, circling the ring, keeping his hands high, and attempting to avoid prolonged engagements. But the monster in front of him was relentless, and with every forward step, every probing combination, the inevitability of his pressure became more apparent. In the early rounds, Inoue's approach was a delicate balance between aggression and calculation. He understood the value of observation, and rather than rushing to impose immediate dominance, he spent the first 3 rounds dissecting Butler's defenses, looking for weaknesses and setting the stage for the brutal finish to come. Body shots were carefully measured, each one weakening Butler's mobility and beginning the slow, almost surgical dismantling of his stamina. By round 3, the young champion had clearly mapped out Butler's defensive tendencies. The lateral movement, the brief moments of opening, the teeter-totter rhythm of his punches, all were noted and exploited. Inoue's combinations, often a blend of uppercuts and hooks targeting both head and body, exemplified a precision honed over years of disciplined training. Butler had moments of resistance, brief flashes of offense that managed to land, but they were fleeting against the overwhelming, calculated pressure of Inoue's attack. By the 5th round, the fight shifted from controlled testing to assertive domination. Inoue began to let his combinations fly with greater intensity, stringing together rapid sequences that forced Butler onto the defensive with no room to recover. The monster's hallmark, the devastating combination of speed, power, and placement, became increasingly evident. Body shots, executed with perfect timing, began to sap Butler's energy, forcing him to lower his guard and compromising his defensive integrity. Inoue's movements were precise, his footwork positioning him to exploit every lapse in Butler's defense. The patience of the early rounds had given way to a relentless assault, where every punch had a purpose, every combination was a step closer to the fight's inevitable conclusion. It was a performance that demonstrated not just raw power, but a strategic understanding of how to break down an opponent. Methodically and efficiently. As the fight progressed into the later rounds, Inoue's dominance became near total. Butler, slowed by accumulated punishment and increasingly unable to evade the relentless body and head combinations, began to falter under the constant onslaught. By round 7, it was clear that the battle was nearing its conclusion. Inoue's pressure forced Butler repeatedly against the ropes, trapping him and cutting off escape routes, turning the ring into a cage where every movement was anticipated and countered. The monster's timing, power, and ring IQ combined to create an overwhelming force that few, if any, could withstand. Each successive round drained Butler further, his guard dropping, his movements slowing, and his responses becoming more predictable under the calculated pressure of Inoue's assault. The 11th round marked the final chapter of this confrontation, the culmination of nearly an entire fight spent breaking down an opponent with precision and ferocity. Inoue, sensing the perfect moment, delivered a perfectly timed left hook to the body, immediately following with a crushing right hand that left Butler unable to maintain his defenses. The combination landed with devastating impact, forcing Butler to the canvas, and when he struggled to rise, the referee was compelled to stop the fight. The arena erupted as Naoya Inoue secured a spectacular knockout, a victory that was both a testament to his patience and a demonstration of his terrifying power. From the very first round to the 11th, the strategy was clear: control the ring, weaken the opponent with relentless body shots, and seize the moment for the finish with surgical precision. Butler, despite his toughness and discipline, had no answer to the calculated brutality of the monster in front of him. This fight was more than a victory for Inoue. It was an affirmation of why he is considered one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport today. His ability to combine patient strategy with explosive aggression, to balance speed and power with tactical intelligence, set him apart from nearly all active boxers. From the measured probing of the early rounds to the unrelenting assault that led to the knockout, Inoue demonstrated a mastery of every aspect of the fight, leaving no doubt about his status as a force to be reckoned with. His combination of body and head shots, his timing, his ability to read the opponent's rhythm, and his unwavering pressure created a blueprint for dominance in modern boxing, a combination of artistry and brutality that few can match for fans and aspiring fighters. This match was a vivid lesson in how power, intelligence, and patience can coexist in the ring. Inoue's relentless focus, his methodical breaking down of Butler's defenses, and his perfect execution of the knockout showcased a level of skill and ferocity that transcends typical boxing matches. The fight solidified his reputation as the monster, a fighter whose very presence demands respect and whose performances are studied for both technique and psychological impact. The brutality of the knockout, preceded by rounds of relentless pressure and tactical superiority, served as a reminder of the terrifying potential that resides in a fighter who combines speed, power, and intelligence. If you could witness just one fight to see Naoya Inoue's full arsenal in action, would it be this clash against Paul Butler or his earlier bouts that established his reputation as a knockout artist? How do you think other top fighters in his weight class would fare against the monster today? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated with the most dramatic fight breakdowns, unforgettable highlights, and in-depth analysis of boxing's most electrifying athletes.